Our love story began like any other fairy tale, a beautiful classic narrative of boy meets girl, overflowing with romanticism, sentiment, charm, and nostalgia. So in other words, we swiped right.
I'm a puppet on a string, Tracy Island, time traveling diamond, could have shaped heartaches to come to find you for in some velvet morning. Years too late, she's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy, cause here isn't where I wanna be, and satisfaction feels like a distant memory.
So it all kind of started in Boston. After knowing each other for barely a week, Tinder Chris asked me if I wanted a road trip with him to Boston to visit his sister. That's a 12-hour trip, stuck in a car with a guy I'd met a few days before from an iPhone app. So obviously I should have said no. But 433 miles later...
Where are we?
We're in Boston.
And was it awkward, you ask?
Just suck it on. Yeah.
What you think?
What do you think?
Oh my god. That's good.
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
Good.
The texture.
It's
Just.
But by the car ride home...
Y'all gon' make me act a fool up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool up in here, up in here.
From there, first dates turned into 50th dates, and our simple swipe quickly turned into something I don't think either of us expected. And in true 2000 and whatever fashion, I'll fill in the rest of the story via the greatest storytelling platform of all time, Snapchat. Just a quick disclaimer before this slew of embarrassing videos starts, I am a weird person, and you will wonder how in the world a weird person like me scored a total babe such as Christopher Charles Provenzano. And you are in good company because I wonder the same thing every day of my life, but he already proposed and there's no take-backsies. For example, I like to sing in the car. Like, a lot. And not cool stuff like Top 40 either.
Shall I
Be my lover, yeah, here with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my
Look at the figure there is.
clear with the road turns through her later, later. Yo, lady,
Started, you already upset. Got a tiger as a pet. I just took him to the very homie. I've been making hits on the rap. Okay, I tell her bring it back like she loves something. Bring it back.
Hey, do I impress you? I really like the way you rock a sweatsuit. When you're working out and I'm just watching how your legs move. They would think that you was like developed in a test tube.
Can't imagine how. I hope you're happy.
But every now and then he joins in.
Oh.
And every single little thing about her is so everything about you is so when I think about you it gets
Runway walk. Runway walk. Look at that puzzle, bro.
everything about you is so
Can I just talk to you with a...
come over here and overwhelm me.
And you know, I guess I've been called weird once or maybe twice in my life.
Oh, hey, yo, shorty, can I holla at you real quick? Can I holla at you real quick?
I am Harry Potter. I'm gonna fall in if you let go of me. No, seriously, I'm gonna fall in.
And she was like, well, why don't you go for Blitzen? And I'm like, Blitzen? Ew, no. He's at least 7th in the song. But I'm not going for Rudolph either because his nose is weird. And he did it in Becky last year. Did you know that? And Santa is fat. I'm sorry, but so... Love was when I loved you one true time to
I really can't
stay, but baby, it's cold outside.
And while I might not be the coolest kid on the carousel, let it be known that Chris also has his weird moments.
What are you doing?
My hair.
Do that noise.
You coming back today? I was like, yeah,
I'm in Texas.
I'll be back in like 7
Nose tight across your hips. Work anytime you are seated. There's 6 emergency exits, 2 forward exit doors, 2 overwing window exits.
What is this? Go back and shave that. And there ain't nobody in this world who loves himself a solo dance party more than Christopher Provenzano.
I love her, can't leave her. Forever, I always need her. She lied, but I believe her. Love sick, I got that fever. Love stupid, I know it. Love stupid, I know it. I know, cause I'm a fool in love. My baby shot me down again. Shot me down with a love and it go bang, bang. And oh, I love her so, that's why I gotta let her know that I'll be here for her to always love her down. And baby, that's the truth, them clucking chickens ain't no use. I wanna wear my tux and see you in your gown.
So speaking of music, one day we were having a fight. Like a pretty bad fight. And like most pointless fights, I can't even remember what it was about. But we had been sitting in the car in angered silence for the past 20 minutes. The only sound was a Justin Bieber song playing on the radio. And in a moment of frustration, I hit the dial on the radio and it randomly landed on a classical station. And I kid you not, without speaking a single word, Scheherazade's Symphonic Opus number 35 solved that fight for us. I never sent those snaps, but I saved them. Because in some weird way, that describes our relationship perfectly. But then again, so does our mutual obsession with animals. Dinosaur feet. That is a dinosaur. That's a dinosaur. Oh, I took my bag. Please go. I don't have any. You know, go. And Chris is just as good with kids as he is with animals.
It feels so weird. Kendall, what do you want to see?
I want to see Chris.
You want to see Chris?
Okay.
Which is lucky for me because when I'm with kids, it's unclear who's supervising who. So disturbing. Are you having fun? Kendall, this is your first lesson. It's all about angles. Girl, yes. Hey kid, 1992 called. Nope. Nope. Back up. Back. Keep going. Kendall, which nail needs to be repainted? Oh, that one?
You're ever gonna marry her?
What? I did not tell her to say that. I've never said that.
Get off Snapchat.
He meant get off Snapchat.
Get off Snapchat.
Get off Snapchat. Oh my
Yes, what's
gosh.
really?
But the real reason I know Chris will be a great dad So about a year into our relationship, Chris got stationed in Louisiana and moved 1,400 miles away, which meant adjusting to new tastes in music,
Louisiana! Yeehaw!
pretending to go to colleges we didn't go to, learning proper military protocol, behind the scenes U.S. Army, these are classified, this is classified, that whole bunch is classified, and college football.
What do you got here? I'm sweating.
And yeah, it wasn't great living 1,000 miles apart, but boy did we travel.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
Charleston, South Carolina.
If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets up next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
And yes, that makes our long-distance relationship look very fun and adventurous. But in reality, it looked more like this. And long distance oftentimes causes couples to have trust issues. But I'm happy to say that wasn't the case with us. Until I got a tip from a very reliable source.
Okay, so we know Provo had sex with Jack. What about Andrew?
The only semen I found was Provo's.
But SVU drama aside, I couldn't have asked for a more perfect 3 years. And the proposal? Well, that took us back to Boston. Chris and I had decided last minute to go to Boston with his family for Thanksgiving. We all went out to breakfast one morning, and at the end, Chris got up to go to the bathroom. While we were waiting for him outside, his sister handed me an envelope.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you.
This is so fun!
Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patrol. And it's on, girl. Don't say
You have to freeze. Ready? We do the statue. Press play.
That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly.
Your humor is one of my favorite things about you. Task: snap a selfie with a sea animal. Too easy.
the number pad dial. That's so clever. 4, 1, 3. Let me make sure it's right before I call straight. 3, 5. Oh my gosh, it wasn't right. This is a 9. Woo. Hello, stranger. Do you have something to tell me? Oh, it's my brother. I'm supposed to call you. You're part of my scavenger hunt challenge.
I have a riddle for you.
Oh no.
What's that? Okay. I wish they had. I thought she just was mom one. Down the road she had. I put you on certain carpets and everyone was spellbound. I knew you made up the biggest thing, but it is always found.
Pirate's treasure. Jewelry? A stripper? What? Is it a famous person? Beyonce? Alright, keep going.
I wish you something. You're so lucky foodie, but I'm very selfish. Mommy never said my lucky.
Oh! It's a pearl! Do I have to go? Oh my gosh, the Union Oyster House! Ding 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 ding! It's a famous oyster house where you were daring enough to try one of these little buggers to impress me. Also where we captured one of our first videos together. Here's to your courage and the willingness to always try new stuff together, even if I'm forcing you to do it. That being said, I knew it! You must eat 3 oysters to commemorate our years of being together. Round up. And of course, record it. I promise I will never make you eat these again.
Are you getting laughed if I throw it back in the ocean?
You okay?
What?
Friends give us purpose, motivate us, and help us grow. Being in love is amazing, but being in love with your best friend is what it's all about. We went to quite the party a couple years ago to bring in the new year together. And even though the champagne toast was a bust, we still had a great time with our friends. Here's to that first midnight kiss and many more to come. Your task. Given your new crown and some added party supplies, you must celebrate a friendship with a brand new friend. Ready? Wait. I think we look better with each other.
Okay, don't forget to put the gummy where my hat.
Don't forget to put. Ooh, Froyo! Oh, I was gonna let you pull it down. Oh,
The bottom of the toothpick. Go.
oh my gosh, an Edison bulb! It's that furniture store. He dared me to sing our song in the elevator, which just happens to be Ave Maria. So sorry.
She's an opera singer.
Ave Maria. It's my voice. I don't remember how I'm trying to think of our Boston things. Oh, Alex and Ani. Our first gift to each other, aka our friendship bracelets. Tess, find my dad and Chris. You're getting very close. Did you call your mom and dad yet today? You should. She better answer.
That's pretty funny.
The end. Hey, Mama! Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is my girl's favorite thing.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems were made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
There he goes. And so, my darling friend, here's to a lifetime of adventure. A lifetime of getting way too hyped for the car wash.
Oh, shoot! It's been a minute since I've been at the car wash!
Miles of open road and books on tape.
Harry did not warn you that I was coming, said Dumbledore pleasantly.
Embarrassing public displays of affection.
Here she comes, Miss America. You are so beautiful to me.
A lifetime of cat puzzles, being late to military ball because we can't tie a bow tie, managing my Harry Potter obsession, and a lifetime of you being absolutely disgusted with the way I eat a chocolate-covered caramel apple. But mostly, here's to a lifetime of you and me, kid. Thanks for knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into, and diving in head first anyway.